boxing. Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
What's going on? Make sure you check out our new sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They pay cash for smartphones and tablets. Like and share their social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, and websites in the description for a chance to win an iPhone. What you waiting on? Hurry up and go get that iPhone. All right, Bob Arum told World Boxing News that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder may not go directly into a trilogy, and obviously not July because Wilder had a bicep, and also we have the coronavirus that's going on. But maybe not even October, not even this year. They both might have interim bouts. We also going to discuss kind of where boxing gonna go, once the world open back up, and some places have already open back up May 1st. So let's get into it, or even sooner than that. Appreciate the love, support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And he basically say travel bans right now, Fury in the UK and Wilder here. And basically they need the gate to support the fight, for that fight. A lot of times you don't need the gate to support the fight. The network puts up enough money for the fight, to be on regular TV, or the site fee, or the sponsorships, or the copyrights and all that. That puts up enough money. But in this situation, when you talking about guys making $30 million guaranteed or something around that last time, you need the gate. You need a place like Vegas to generate that type of money and pay site fees and amenities and such of that nature. So, they've talking about taking interim bouts. And if Fury can't travel, this is the funny thing about it. If Fury is not going to apply for his UCAD boxing license back, how can he have an interim bout? After the Boer story. So if he is truly stuck in the UK for the time being until, the travel bans are lifted, then he can't have an interim bout in the UK. So unless he can travel to Saudi Arabia, or he can travel somewhere outside of the UK jurisdiction, so a lot of money going to have to be exchanged for them to kind of sweep that story about the wild boar under there. So that's a very, very interesting thing to watch, because if he's stuck there, he ain't going to be able to take an interim fight. He ain't going to be able to fight. He can train and do some exhibition type things in the gym to stay sharp. So that may give Deontay Wilder the edge over Tyson Fury, because Wilder could take an interim bout. You know what I'm saying? He can fight in the studio. He can fight in the empty arena, versus, somebody that's lesser and kind of work and hone his skills. So God is working in Deontay Wilder's in favor right now, because if Wilder can get an interim fight, in that situation, and a new trainer, they can work on some things and he can showcase some things, then, Tyson Fury might be in a bit of a pickle. Because if he can't fight in UK and they can't leave the UK or nothing like that, or go to Saudi for a fight, then it may be a little bit of a trouble. So yeah, man, that's a very interesting thing to think about for people, man, in this fight. If Wilder can get an interim fight, see how the bicep feeling, see how the knee feeling, see how the new coaches he gonna bring in, and they can work on some things in the gym, and they can have 2 training camps before Fury, and Fury ain't gonna have 1. And Fury's already shown erratic performances. He's never had a title defense. Then, you know what? It may fall into place for Wilder, and people gonna have their excuses. But then again, people forget Tyson Fury took a whole year off not to fight Wilder. If he would have fought Wilder immediately, maybe he would have lost him. That's the difference. Top Rank and his matchmakers, they know boxing. PBC and their matchmakers, they still green in the game. Even Golden Boy matchmakers are still green in the game. That's what makes Top Rank the most legendary promotional company right now, is because it's a well-oiled machine on how they match and how they build up their fighters. So, as far as resume and prospects and all that type of nature. So guys like Gabriel Flores and Shakur Stevenson in good hands. And now that, Bob Arum is willing to play nice with the world, you don't have to lean on another promotional stable if you're a Top Rank to go nowhere else. Usually you use them as a prospect and then you try to go somewhere else. Now, with them unifying belts and trying to play nice because they know they have to survive on ESPN and boxing, and with the zone, now you can unify belts and not just be subjected to having the WBO belt. But if that fight don't immediately happen, I understand why. And a lot of fights not gonna happen. Boxing is not gonna get the fights they want. Bob Arum was telling Athletics the other day, and I knew this. They was talking about, they coming back, boxing coming back with a boom with the best fights. And I'm just thinking, behind the scenes, he may not have no fans. They talking about no large gatherings until 2021. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how true that's gonna be, because we had large gatherings in November and December and January, February, and half of March. People forget that. You had large gatherings. Why? because Donald Trump didn't want to, admit and shut the economy down or the country down during the biggest, season it is, Christmas season, and then the Super Bowl. So the people with this mass hysteria that the coronavirus ain't been here for 4.5 months before this shit happened, it kills me. The media is creating this hysteria amongst people, bro. It been here. It been here. It's nothing new. You've been living with it for almost 6 months. That's just my opinion on it, but we know we're not going to get the best fights in boxing. Bob Arum said, we ain't never got the best fights in a long time. I ain't got fights since I really, really wanted on time since the early 2010s. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing new. So it's common sense. They going to fight in studios and empty arenas. They can't pay the purses that they really want to pay. You know what I'm saying? TV money good, but as far as pay-per-views, so that's why you hear Danny Garcia might have a tune-up. Errol might have a tune-up. You might see a lot of, I ain't paying for no pay-per-view fight, with the economy like it is. I'm just keeping it real. And Bob Arum know that, so you're going to have a lot of tune-ups, but people will just be happy to get those fights. We've been getting those fights for the last 5-6 years on regular TV, so it ain't nothing new. But people say, I'm just so ready for any type of boxing. I'm not. I've been seeing any type of bull job boxing for the last, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, bro. When HBO had boxing in the early 2010s and the 2000s, that was boxing I enjoyed. But seeing all these stale fights that they fucking marinated and shit over the course of time, I'm good. I'm good. We gonna just see tune-up after tune-up after tune-up after tune-up after tune-up after tune-up. And I think it's the right thing to do. Don't get me wrong, because a lot of these dudes is pumping that orange juice through their veins. You feel what I'm saying? And the WBC said they're going to start their testing back pretty soon. So it's a lot of dudes that's cycling off right now, as he's saying that, and getting ready to go back into testing and benefit off of that. But they gonna be comebacks, Captain America Super Soldier. They gonna come back, versus tune-up like that. So it's a lot of fighters they got to fight that didn't fight. So they're going to jam-pack these live studio, these empty arena undercards, because it's a lot of guys that didn't get an opportunity to fight, this year. And the guys that fought this year, they might have to be on the back burner, like the Mikeys, the Plants, the Wilders, the Furies, the Charles Martin, Jill Washingtons, you know what I'm saying? So this coronavirus not only messed up people's lives, it messed up sports and it messed up boxing. So to me, it should be very, very interesting to see where it goes from here. But yeah, you're gonna get a lot of tune-ups coming in these live studios. And I heard that ESPN was prepared to do fights in the studios around June. So you probably get some lesser fights, but if I'm able to go outside and, do anything, I'll just be watching it on my phone, if anything. But, with Wilder and Fury, I think Fury is definitely blessing. Wilder's definitely getting blessed by a higher power with how the situation going. He got a lot of time to think, a lot of time to really, if I was him, I'd just be doing film study. At the film study, I hire somebody and I'd just be doing mental reps of what I need to do as far as, just boxing and staying sharp and, cleaning up my technique. But the Fury thing is going to be an interesting thing to watch, y'all. It's going to be very, very interesting to watch. Because if he can't get a UCAD license, then he can't leave the UK, then Wilder going to have a huge advantage. A huge advantage until this shit, the travel ban is lifted. So the travel ban may not be lifted for a while too. So at the end of the day, we'll see. See kind of how it affect Dillian White too, because Dillian White got a mandatory that's coming up in February. So Dillian White mandatory might get pushed back again to late 2020. 2021. It might get put back to 2022. So Dillian White gonna never get no title shot. And that's the way it should be, because he a mark. That's the way it should be. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I linked that article from World Boxing News in the description. Don't forget to check out our heavyweight playlist. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links in the description. You got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate. Share the video. Cash App, PayPal in the description. But hey, let me know what you guys think about the story. Let me know what you think about Fury Wilder possibly being pushed back to 2021, and a lot of tune-ups coming, man. As far as in studio, empty arenas, you're not gonna get Inoue Casamoyor. You're not gonna get a lot of these great fights you're gonna get, but hey, we ain't been getting them no way. So we'll see. You might get a lot of stacked cards. You know, it'd be interesting to see these dudes fight without fans in there, man, and in studios. So it is what it is. It's your boy CJ Goodfella Sports TV. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget the article links in the description. One time for the one time. We go.